In 2014, Fans of Flanders is getting arty. And we first turned the spotlight on a Flemish artist from the 16th century, Michiel Coxcie. His works just prove you don't have to go all the way to Italy to find amazing art.
It's a huge painting, and if you're in front of it, you're really knocked out by the power of it. It's really what we call, it really has wall power. For a 16th century person, that was not an artwork, that was not a painting, that was reality. That's exactly the way you should look at these kind of paintings. It is simply reality. He really uses his paint to get the marble as real as possible. And if you look a bit higher, you can actually feel the cloth. You see all those little details over here, those little dots of oil paint. The paint is really on it in order to refract light better and to get that relief, which is a typical Flemish way of rendering cloth. Michiel Coxcie went to Italy in the end of the 20s of the 16th century, and there he stayed for over 10 years. And there he really learned the style and the ideas of the Renaissance. And we see afterwards, when he came back to the Netherlands, his influence on Netherlandish painting was enormous. People were not used to look at this kind of monumentality. They were used to the tiny figures of the Flemish primitives. It's a marvelous piece. It is his masterpiece. From his lord, Felipe II, the King of Spain and of the Netherlands, he got a very prestigious commission. He had to copy the Ghent altarpiece by Van Eyck. At that time, the 16th, 17th century, that copy was really regarded as a tour de force, as an achievement, as a painter. But of course, in the 18th and certainly in the 19th century, our view on what an artist is completely changed. And so afterwards, he was regarded as merely a copyist. He really lived for a long, long time. He became 92, 93, something like that. At the end of this time, it was not him anymore who was really actually doing the paintwork. It was his son in his workshop. And nor the son nor the workshop were as talented as the old master. So that's another reason why he was forgotten afterwards. He actually lived too long for his own reputation. His life spans the entire 16th century, and he is in fact the missing link, as we say, between the primitive painting of the Flemish Renaissance and the Baroque painting of the age of Rubens. He knew the styles, the secret, the technique of the Flemish primitives, but with the influence he got in Italy, he was able to develop that style into a high Renaissance style, and we know afterwards that Rubens really studied Michiel Coxcie very thoroughly in order to develop his own style. It's historically just false not to recognize his importance, let alone the fact that he did make marvelous paintings.
His work is on show at Museum M in Leuven until the 23rd of February.